Welcome back to Hot Chips, everybody. It's yours truly. Today, I want to talk to you all about possibly and quite frankly the most bizarre opening 20 minutes of a game that I have ever played. Now, I never played the original Outlast, and I never played Outlast 2 until last night. Seen bits here and there, so I kind of had an idea. It's not really like a Resident Evil game as far as the combat goes. You're kind of trying to hide and not be seen, and if you get caught by these things, you run, right? You don't grab a crowbar and try to bash their head in. At least not up to the point where I was at with the game. But I wanted to talk to you about it. I knew at the end of what was probably their tutorial, after I rescued the girl I came with or whatever, and then these other people come up and took her, I had to stop. I knew right then and there, get the notepad out. We have to make a video on this game. So I'm going to provide some gameplay in the background. It wasn't my gameplay, mind you. I've been in a time crunch. We've been snowed in like crazy here in Ohio, and I just haven't had a whole lot of time. But I knew I had to get this video out. So let's just get straight to it. This game, in the first 20 minutes, was already unbelievably disturbing. Now, I kind of did myself in. I went turned all the lights out. I put my $170 pair of SteelSeries Arctis Pro headphones on. I've got some amplification with the sound. Sony's audio is really, really good. I played it on my PlayStation is where I played it. I have a PS5 Pro. And I was totally and completely immersed and just totally into what was going on screen. I mean, I was literally on the edge of my seat. Okay, there aren't very many games out here that'll do that to you anymore. It is what it is. But this game delivered everything you want in an experience like that in the first 20 minutes I spent with the game. So just to go over some of the opening moments here, some of which you'll see. The game opens up with you and I don't know if this is your girlfriend or your wife or some chick you're with, and I guess you guys are like investigative journalists, right? And you're there to investigate some sort of, I guess, cult out living somewhere in the Arizona desert. Well, long story made short, the helicopter crashes, right? Typical Far Cry entrance to a video game. And you make it out of the crash, and the chick is nowhere to be found. And so, right at the beginning of the game, you find your camcorder on the ground. Of course, that made it with no damages. And then you're on foot, heading out trying to find your partner. Now, quickly you come to realize this ain't where you want to be. Right? You're out in the middle of the desert. You're completely, pretty much excommunicated from any civilization anywhere outside of this village or shanty town or whatever this place may be. And you're separated from your chick, so you're trying to find her. Now, you find out pretty quickly that there is like this religious cult out here that believes the Antichrist is coming. And I'm assuming somehow you wind up playing a role in this. Well, you find out pretty early on, right around when I stopped. For whatever the reason, they think the chick I was with is pregnant, and they think that God brought her there through the helicopter crash to kill her so the Antichrist is not born. I guess they think she's going to give birth to the Antichrist or something. I don't know. So, you're running through, you're trying to find her. It's like, there's the game gives you a bunch of places to hide, trash cans, you can hide under beds, underneath beds, you can hide like in wardrobe closets. And your camera has this mic you can turn on, and you can listen to what the people walking around are saying, like through the walls and stuff. It's really cool. And some of these guys, man, some of them just walk around, pace back and forth, and they're like uttering like verses from the Bible, or maybe like quotes from the end times or something or another. And some of them, they're just talking gibberish, like you can't really make any sense of them. But you trudge through there, you make it to what appears to be a big church, and you hear who I believe to be the cult leader, because I haven't met the cult leader just yet. You hear him talking about, this chick giving birth to the Antichrist, and that happens to be the chick you came with. And then so she breaks out, and then you guys wind up meeting back up, and then you're kind of getting away from what's going on. And then a little ways down the creek, you all of a sudden see some flashlights coming towards you. And the first thing I thought was, okay, well, shit, they found us. But it wasn't them. Apparently, there's a second cult out there who are not Christians, like the first cult claimed to be, who wanted to destroy the Antichrist. They're from the other side of that coin. Like Satanists, like they're calling her, which I think her name was Lynn in the game, they're calling her mother, right? So like they come to get her because they want her to birth the child. So you have two conflicting cults, one claiming to be Christians, even though they're murderers, right? That's a little tough. And the other side are Satanists in the same. So I don't know if they're just different wings of the same fucked up organization or what, but I didn't see that coming. That was pretty wild. And so the guy that, I guess, I don't know if he was the leader of the Satanists or whatever, he comes over and like he decides to leave you, the protagonist, the male of the two, alive. Like he does this thing where he like licks your face, and it's really creepy. He looks like an altar boy that, maybe gay or what have you. No offense to anybody out there who may be gay. I just believe that's the way they're portraying this character to be. And then I guess you get up, and that's where I stopped, right? Because I just knew right then, like I was so on edge by everything that had happened. I had to stop there, and I wanted to get clip notes down for this video. So I'm just going to go over a few things really quick. The graphics in this game are phenomenal. Okay, now this game apparently, I guess, came out in 2017, which means it was probably going through its development cycle a decade ago. And this game looks so good, it's comparable to Resident Evil Village. I don't know if you guys have played that. Phenomenal looking game. All of the Resident Evil games are always great looking for the time period that they come out, but Village just blows my mind on how good it looks. This game looks pretty much as good as Village does, and it came out like 4 or 5 years before Village did. So I don't know how they did that without releasing a remaster or some sort of pro update, because to my knowledge, nothing like that exists. So the graphics are just unreal, right? That's the first thing I wanted to touch on, and I would compare it to a Resident Evil Village for sure. The next thing I want to touch on, I'm going to try and make this video sort of short for you guys, is just the vibe and the eerie and creepy feeling that the game gives. I mean, it drives it home. When I had these lights off and I had these headphones on, like, I was not like running to get to point A. Like, I'm in the game actually like walking around slowly like I would be if it was me doing it. So you could say I was pretty damn immersed into what was going on. And it's like you would go through, you'd find these windows, you could open these windows and hop into these houses or these shanties or whatever they were, and you would find these notes that were laid around. And like because the game was about, giving birth to the Antichrist and cults, that stuff really intrigues me. It really interests me, as I'm sure it probably does most people, more than your average, oh, here's a bad guy that's running drugs, go kill him kind of game, right? And so, but I'm literally, normally it's like you pick those up, you look at them for 2 seconds, you put them down. But I'm like reading every word on these pieces of paper, and they are just blowing my mind. Like, I got into one house, and there was a dude dead, hunched over a table next to a gun and a note, and he had taken his own life because of the overwhelming guilt he was dealing with from apparently sacrificing a couple of females, and even though he said he knew it was in the name of the Lord and it was for the betterment of everything through God that he did it, he just couldn't live with himself. And it's like, so right after that first note, like, I read everything I can read. Everything I come across in that game, I'm reading because of the context it's delivering. And that's one of the only games where I literally stop and read everything. Like if you've ever played a game like World of Warcraft, you're just like click, nope, boom, get the quest gone. You don't care what it says. You look at the map. This is where you go. This is how many things you need. This is not that game. Like I'm literally reading everything, and it's only serving to further that intensity of the feeling that this game does so good and so very well at giving you. I mean, it really had me completely tied into what was going on screen, and it made me feel and act in the game the way I would have acted if this were really happening. So that's unbelievable for a game. That's a huge nod to the developers. Well done. The use of the camera. So in this game, because it's very very dark, right? You have this camera because again you're a journalist, and the camera has like this night vision on it. So it like gives you this light for you to see. Everything's black and white through the camera, and I guess the enemies. It's not like a flashlight, so the brainwashed cultist or whoever these things are, whatever these things are walking around, can't see when you're using the light. So the use of the camera here is genius because it only further lends to the creepiness you're feel like all of a sudden you're in a Blair Witch Project movie, right? Well, the original anyway. That was the only one that was any good in my opinion. And so it just I don't know, man, how it drives the feeling home even more using the camera to look through things, but it does. And there's also like a microphone on this camera, so like again the game lets you hide in all kind of different places. So it's like you can get under the bed in the house, turn the camera on the mic. I'm sorry, turn the mic on the camera on, and you can pick up what the people walking around outside are saying even more, and you can hear what they're saying from the other sides of walls and things of that nature. So it makes very good use of the camera, but the whole vibe and everything using the camera, it's so good, man. It is so good. And it, like I said, it adds to the intensity of the feeling because it's almost like you know that you're scared to be looking at what you're looking through, and there just aren't too many games out there that do that. Now, the AI of the villagers or the cultists or whatever, it's at least in the first 20 minutes of the 25 minutes of the game, it was phenomenally good. Like these guys, they don't just walk up and down the same little trajectory paths looking for you with a light or whatever. Like it's hard to get away from these people. And then also, I have no fucking idea where I'm going, right? I've never played the game before. But that feeling when you're caught, and then like the violin music they got intensifies, and it's like you can't sit and fight these things. The game doesn't give you a pistol and a shotgun and a sniper rifle. It's, oh shit, you gotta haul ass. You gotta run. And then so it's like the music, everything in the game amplifies the ambience noises, the music they play, and it's like you really feel like the game really makes you feel like holy fucking shit, you got to get away, right? Because these things are no joke, and as far as I can tell so far, you are not there to fight them. So, but they, so to arrive at the point, I'm in a house. One of them comes over to the window, sees me through the fucking window, right? So now I got to get out of this house. Well, I bust out the door of this house, and there's like a little wooden walkway, I'd say about 10 foot long, over a body of water, like a little river or a pond or whatever. So I jump in the water, right? Now I'm thinking this AI is just going to walk up and down this bridge, stick to his normal lined out path or whatever, the game has set for him. This son of a bitch jumped off the bridge into the water and starts looking for me in the water. So now it's like I'm hiding underwater, right? Paying attention to where I can see his flashlight going. And then I'm popping my head up over water for a few seconds to see if it looks like there's enough room for me to, get out of the water and get away from him. Then he turns the flashlight on me, so then I'm back under the water. Like, they did such a magnificent job, like, doing what they did with this game. I mean, it's fucking phenomenal, man. It really is. And I hope the rest of the game, I don't know how many hours it takes you to complete it, but I hope it carries this sense of dread as the player through the entirety of the game. I really do, because it's just unbelievable, man. Yeah, it's like Blair Witch in a video game. And then I think that the idea, right, of what's going on, why you're there. You know, they want your girl because they think she's there because she's going to give birth to the Antichrist. Like, just everything that's going on is such a mind fuck for people in their everyday real lives that I think just the premise alone sells the game, right? But then everything else they did that they brought to the table to pair with that premise is just done so well that I really hope that this is not the last game or the last Outlast game that these. I think the name of the development team is Red Barrels. I hope this is not their last game because they know what they're doing over there 100%. So Outlast 2, I'm going to be jumping back in here. I got another video I got to finish up on the new No Rest for the Wicked update. I'm going to try and get that out today as well, so I'm back to work tomorrow. But if you have not played this game, play the game. I actually found it free. It was on PlayStation Plus's catalog, so I didn't have to buy it. I think it's like $29.99 on the Xbox app. I'm not sure how much it is on Steam, but I'm telling you right now, the opening 20 minutes of the game is worth every penny they're asking for it. So, again, Outlast 2, absolutely blown away by the very first start of the game, and I will certainly be jumping back in for more. So thanks for stopping by the channel, everybody. If you made it this far in a video, maybe if you're not a member here, you can hit the subscribe button for me. That would be great. The bell will turn on notifications for you if YouTube's giving me a bell yet anyway. This is Hot Chips, everybody. Thanks again. I appreciate every one of you guys as I attempt to grow this channel. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace be with you.